All right.
So I want to welcome you with Alexa.
I thought you said I was going to intro.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You intro, honey. It's okay. This is Bert Oliva.
And this is Alexa Oliva. And we're here with RewardLion. And RewardLion has a new thing that we have many new things coming up. But one of the things that we have coming up is this podcast. So without further ado, let's introduce our founder, CEO.
And brainiac child of RewardLion.
BB. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Bert.
Mr. Mike Ibrahim.
Thank you, guys. We call him Mike the Lion.
Thanks for having me, guys. No, it's an exciting year. So 2025, the AI, the initiatives that are happening. So I think it's going to be an amazing year for AI and technology and for small business owners to scale.
But when you say AI, I mean, we want to get to, before we get into AI, because the whole thing is, we've been with you for like close to 2 years now.
More.
Yeah. And we fell in love with your services back then. And now you've elevated your service to a whole different level. Tell us a little bit about your background. Like, how did this beautiful company come all about at RewardLion?
All right. So you have 2 days to listen to that story?
Yes, we do.
So it really started, so I'm an immigrant. So when I was like 6, 7 years old, we moved to Germany. And I grew up in Germany, which nobody can guess it. I speak a little bit German. And from Germany, we went back to Egypt. And then from Egypt, we went back to America. And I came to the States when I was like 20, 21. We lived in Los Angeles. You know, it's a tough city.
Very tough.
And I worked a lot of jobs to make a living. So we have a very poor upbringing when we came to America. And I worked in so many industries, so many jobs. I learned so many skills from so many different people. And at one point, I owned my own business. And when I opened my own business, I needed marketing. I needed technology. I needed to sustain my own business.
Which is what every company really needs.
And I hired professionals. And I got nothing. And then I realized it's like everybody is winging it. Nobody knows much. So everybody is just hustling. So I had to learn. So I took some courses and I learned some, social media management, which was super expensive back in the days.
Yeah, back in the day.
That was like 2009 when I started getting a little bit involved into technology. Around 2013 is probably when I got the courses and I started learning about social media. They sold me a course for, I think it was $6,000 just to teach me nothing. Really. And then
did you get the certification in nothing?
I got the certification, yeah. I remember even I signed up with an SMS company so I can offer some service. They charged me like $25,000 just to get their service. So it was insane back then. Of course, technology changed. Things got easier. Things got more complicated in the same time. And I decided one day, this worked for me. Why don't I do this as another business and start helping small businesses with these resources? And I really started very small, like social media, stuff like this. And at this point, it grew. It became international. We started being in Dubai. We opened in Jordan. We launching in Saudi Arabia. We have a branch in London, in the US. And then 2-3 years ago, we I started sitting down and thinking about what can I do to bring more innovation to this business.
When did RewardLion come into existence?
So RewardLion started, I think, 2015, the end of 2015. And it was even completely different business model. It just evolved. Because once you start working with businesses, you realize that they have more problems than you can handle. So you start learning these problems so you can offer to solve these problems. And from 2015, it grew to 2020. And then in 2020, it was a complete shift for RewardLion because when COVID happened, I wasn't equipped to run an operation online. We had offices, we had employees, it was a nightmare. And that created even more innovation on work from home. Now the entire company works from home. We have offices, we have legal entities in the countries, but we don't tell anyone to go work from office anymore. It's just work from home. What I realized is that the people that work with us, they're happier and they're more productive.
But how can you track that production of your employees?
Software.
So tell us about that, because that in itself is a help for most companies.
So what we did is first we created the software and we customized it to help our customers and our partners and operate our business. But it was only exclusive. Like you have to sign up with us and we manage it. And it became so powerful that we decided to, you know what? Why don't we give the control of the software to the small business or medium business owner or whatever business owner, and let them manage their operation, and then give them a team that works for them. And now you have an entire agency working for your business. You don't have to hire. So if you need a website, they're going to do it.
But we're not paying agency prices, though.
You're not paying any prices. You just,
agencies can get pricing.
Yes. And here's the thing. That team that you have, they're basically part of your payroll. So whatever you ask from them, there is no pricing. There is no structure of like, oh, you want this, is this much? No. You have a team that works for you. And of course, you request reasonable stuff. You don't like hammer them. And they get it done. And they can get it done like everything. From software, so custom software, to social media management, building your AI, taking care of your AI, like customer service through AI and other services.
Marketing materials,
branding materials, you name it. It's a lot of services, so we can't really talk about it. But the entire core of this is that all these services are actually needed by the business. Mm-hmm. Whether they know it or they don't, they actually need every single one of these services in order to scale and to be more efficient. And that's what we created. We created efficiency. You can monitor your team, you can monitor your client relationship, and you can have AI run 80% of your customer service and your customer relationship.
Which is the problem nowadays, that people are talking to outsourced customer service, and we don't understand
them. They outsource
them.
pretty much everything.
Yeah, everything's being outsourced. But one of the cool things that I think the RewardLion has is the fact that every time I think there's a need that I need as a business owner, boom, they're on it.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Listening to the customer service, learning those softwares, all those different softwares. I mean, come on, how many? We can't even count how many passwords we have to the different softwares. And as a business owner, we started the business because we like doing, or we're good at doing a certain thing, not everything.
But you need to do everything
in order to make your business run.
Yeah, that's true.
That's very true.
So one of the things is, like, for example, some people have in companies, they have a marketing department, but then that marketing department is not speaking to
sales department,
and the sales department is not talking to the other department. With this, since it's all software driven and you're getting a team, they all communicate together. Right?
Yeah, and the team acts as one entity. They work together. They get trained. We have extensive certification and training and ongoing training. So we do all the heavy lifting in the back end so they can enjoy these services. Now, the business owner itself, what is he really benefiting from that? He's benefiting transparency, so he can see his operation. There's no more guessing where the money or the cash flow is coming from. You can actually track it.
Let's stop right there, because we deal with a lot of businesses, and we know a business owner that her attrition levels of her staff are ginormous, and she keeps training new people and training new people and training new people. And in today's society, people don't want to work.
Yep.
And so it's costing her money, and then they're wondering, why can't I keep my job? Because you're not actually doing your job. You're showing up doesn't mean doing your job.
Yeah. We take care of a lot of dirty work. So everything we offer is needed by the business. Now, for a business to build, let's say they want to build their own agency, it's going to cost them hundreds of thousands a year. So we eliminated that. Now, if they hire employees that will manage this, now they're going to cost them taxes, workers' comp, whatever. We eliminated that. If they need a system that monitors their business or their entire sales process, they're going to go to 10 different systems. We eliminated that. It's one. So it's all about efficiency and growth, so the owner can focus on growing his business, not what's going in there. And we tried a lot of things. We tested a lot of things. We tested having the owners learn the system to use it. Not going to happen. We tested...
But that, it's still an option, though.
It's still an option, yeah. But the success rate, they're too busy. Like, You can't be inside your business and outside your business in the same time. You need a team. Big dreams require big teams. They need a team. So if they are the team, there's no growth. So they need someone to do the dirty work, like do the editing, do the social media, train the AI, fix glitches. There's always glitches with technology.
Answer the phone with a smile.
Answer the phone with a smile. So all these things, if they're going to do it, the customer, he just wants to be like on the call with the decision maker to close the deal or qualify or disqualify his client. He's not in the business of going in and becoming a software engineer or expert marketer. He can be good in, branding, like personal branding. He comes to you, you teach him how to have personal branding. But that's it. He shouldn't be in the technical because it's time consuming. It's very complex. And if you with us, you're going to have a very big problem because we are very, very tough on innovation. So if there's anything new, hot, before you even know, we have it.
So what you're really creating is CEOs for every company. Because
Pretty
the
much.
CEO doesn't get involved with everything, knows everything that's going on, but every department has a team.
Exactly.
Now, small business owners basically do everything for the company. They get involved with everything, which again, you lose time and not get the results you want. So you're creating CEOs.
Yeah, and he can
I was
scale.
just thinking, you know how as business owners we were like, okay, what do you do? Well, this hat, this hat,
we take it off.
That's it. You don't need it
Today
anymore.
I'm the janitor. Later on, I'm the creator.
That's true.
Right.
And one thing I checked and I noticed, so we have companies that have big teams. And they have a marketing team, they have developers and all that. And then they wanted them to learn and run it internally. And when we try to train them, they don't even have the knowledge to do it. Like, even though they have all these titles and these companies are paying all these payrolls, these guys are not marketers. Most of them are limited in what it comes to software engineering or development. So there is a lot of limitations that the business owner doesn't know about. He hires professionals to help him. But 9 out of 10, this professional you're hiring, he's just feeding off you. He's not really helping you. He's working enough not to get fired, and giving you enough reasons to keep him. We eliminated that because now you have like a hardcore team that will take care of this, and they get trained and work on a daily basis. And their job is to make you succeed. So it's not a job for them. It's more like a career. And all that for the price of probably one employee.
But some companies will say, yeah, this all sounds wonderful. This is great, but I need something custom. You've heard that, right? That's something that most companies are like, even though that they don't realize that in order for you to need something custom, in today's world, there's really not a need. But if there is a need, and that's the question you get, what's your answer?
So I think RewardLion is like a Lamborghini. It's there already. But if you want a Bugatti, you just pay for Bugatti.
But can you guys provide the service?
Absolutely, because
Right.
we have real good software engineers that can make anything happen. And we have a big network. It's a huge network. And if they have a good roadmap, even if they don't even know what they want, they can just tell us what they think they want, and we can build the roadmap and create it. It just takes time. Everything takes time.
But you would say at least 75% of most companies can use the default setup that we have versus customize.
This system we scaled 66 different industries with.
You say?
66 different industries, and it works for them. Now, if you want to take it up a notch, you can take it up a notch, but it's not necessary, because what do you need? You need to monitor your marketing. You need to know where your marketing is coming from so you can spend the money in the right places. You need to look at the customer relationship, like what's going on. You need some email marketing, SEO. So there's so much you need for a business. It's already there, but you can elevate it. You can make it bigger.
But your recommendation is at least start with the basic and get it up and running.
I think
which is not basic, by the way.
It's not at all. It's there's so many different custom solutions in there, and then the training that the people like behind the scene get is so difficult. I tried average people, they're 5-year marketers, come take the training, and they're crashing. They're like, it's too much. It's too much for them because a lot of people, they are stuck to the old ways, and like us, we run ads with AI. We do so much with AI. So for you to learn how to use AI is the goal. I don't care what you experiences anymore. It doesn't matter. I just need you to learn how to use the AI. Like I remember on our last conversation when I said the people that don't know how to use AI will be replaced by the people that learn how to use AI.
Correct.
Now, in my company, everyone that did not evolve and learn AI, they don't work with us anymore. Now, another thing, remember when I said like customer service is going to be replaced by AI? Every client I had to fire their customer service, replace it with AI.
You said it's going to be right now?
Now it's done.
Happening.
It's done.
And it's moving really fast.
Yeah. And this podcast we were like a year and a half ago. So now it's done. Everyone is going to lose their customer service job. So what is their option? They need to learn how to use AI. Customers, like the clients or the businesses, they don't need to hire 5-6 people and to answer the phone call, to transfer a call or whatever, when the AI can do that 24/7 through messaging,
it's the best
through
employee.
voice.
They
It's
work
the best
24/7.
employee. Doesn't go to the bathroom, doesn't get sick, doesn't have problems, that you just, but you need someone to train the AI and monitor it on a constant basis. And that's the goal from the team. They're gonna go ahead and they monitor. Like I have clients, when we set up the AI, it has issues because it is an AI. You need someone to quickly fix it. Now, if you don't have a good team, a proper team that has a system and monitors and all that, you could have a problem because you could have your AI saying crazy shit for like whatever, and you don't know.
I want to bring up something that I had the privilege of seeing, which is the inside workings of some of this. And one of the things that obviously caught my attention was the fact that you were having a meeting with your client live. Their team, their caps were on the call, and there was a glitch in the system.
Yeah.
Before they could even mention or go back to it, the caps went in the back end, fixed the glitch, and had the client go back in,
try it again,
and it worked
within a minute.
Yeah, it's not like, let's put a work order and wait through 2 weeks.
It was. No. I saw it. It was right away. That was impressive.
Yeah, that's another thing. There is no work orders. You have something called the Success Manager. They're available to you through text, WhatsApp, email.
But they're human,
24/7
These
human.
guys go to the bathroom.
He's a human. Yeah. But they're available to you. And what happened is they become your chief operation officer. And on your behalf, they make sure that everything is done. All the tasks are done. Everything is met. The standards are there. And I really hold everyone to high standards. Like, we love keeping it at high standards. I always tell them, like the success manager, this is your business. This is not his business. It's your business, and you need to protect it and grow it. And they take it serious. Now, as long as the customer communicates with his team, it's endless of what they can achieve, because you have a team, you still need to kind of like maneuver them and operate the strategy or the system, whatever. And that's where I come in. I coach them and teach them like, all right, this is what you look for. Here's what you need to do this. And I coach them for like 2-3 months, and then they're independent. They have their team, they have the system, and the sky is their limit.
So these caps, who are they?
So they're entrepreneurs. They come through a program we have. It's another program. It's called Financial Freedom. So we pick countries that are less fortunate than the U.S., and we teach them how to operate AI and systems, and then we place them with the customer to take care of their business.
But you say you pick companies that are less fortunate than the United States. Is that going to affect their language barrier, their education? Because that might be a question. The
success manager is usually very fluent in English. Now, the technical people, they're good English, but they communicate in English, but they're not going to communicate with the customer. The only person that communicates with the customer is the success manager, and he's fluent in English. They usually are very good in marketing. They're very good in operation. They're highly skilled, so they're top earners in their country. They're not your average person, but even the top earners in their country is probably, they make less than someone that works here in Subway.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, we travel a lot around the world, and we see that there's excellent talent, and then you meet them and you're like, what? How can you even live on that?
Well, it's not even that. It's also their economy.
Yeah. So they have degrees. They have more experience than I do.
Yeah.
But their country
not more than me, though.
I was just in Tunisia. It's like you don't spend nothing. Like $200, you probably can spend the whole month. So, but these guys are very top, like they're top earners. They make really good money, even as a U.S. standard, because an average team of 3, they make around $4,000 a person. So they're happy, and they want to protect their business, their financial freedom. And in return,
so it's not a job; it's a career.
It's a career.
Yeah.
And for the customers, like he didn't have to pay $20,000 a month to have this. He can only pay $1,500, and he has the team. And it's a win-win for both. So we take care of the U.S. business owner by lowering the pressure.
See, but now I'm sorry to cut you off.
It's all right.
The main package here, I truly believe is extremely affordable.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that if you can't afford the sign-up fee and the monthly, then you're not really a company that's making money.
Yeah, there's no excuse.
Right? Because basically, in today's world, the way I look at it is when people say it's a small business, medium business, you can have a large business with five employees, right? Because it all depends on how much money they're bringing in every year. But what I'm looking at is it's just $15,000 to sign up.
Yep.
So what does that mean?
3 months.
Exactly. So it's not $15,000 per month. It's $5,000. Which usually that's what you have to pay to sign up for basically anything. You even said it. Just to go to a course, you paid $3,000.
Yep.
Right? To learn nothing and get a certification.
That's true.
So what I'm saying is that sign-up fee is really nominal. Yeah. And then $1,500 a month to get everything running, not including ads, because obviously, and the ad design I think is involved, but the ad placement, that's really up to you.
Yeah, they need a budget.
That's nothing.
No.
If you cannot afford that, which is less than basically an employee a month for an average company, you shouldn't be doing business. That's the way. That's me saying this.
That's
not
true.
You.
Like I work with all kind of businesses. Any business that does not have at least $5,000 to $10,000 in ad spend or marketing budget, they're gonna flatline.
Well, she went to marketing in UM, and she has a huge marketing background. And what's the rule of thumb?
30%.
Yep, 30%.
People don't look at it that way.
Yeah.
No.
30% of your revenues should be spent in marketing.
And people cut corners, especially now with CapCut and this and that. They're cutting corners when at the end of the day, give it to a professional that's going to be able to do it right, and you get results.
That's true.
But most people are, they're not educated that way because the corporate companies that are still around, they follow that rule.
Yes.
Anyone I see cutting corners that I work with, they failed.
Yep.
And there is no cutting corner. You have to put that money towards your marketing to grow your business. You need to be aggressive in ad spend and you can't be just.
Yeah, but it's not just aggressive. It's knowing how to be aggressive.
You have to be aggressive.
Which is where you guys come in.
Ooh, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the click-through rates.
Wow. Yeah.
Let's talk about that. That is sexy.
So I don't think I ever met anyone in my career that was able to physically show me from Facebook a CTR rate of 100%, and not of a couple of people, of 150,000 views. We had 100% CTR of 150,000 views.
Well, explain what CTR is.
Click-through rate. That means 150,000 humans saw an ad
and clicked it.
And it was so compelling, they clicked on it. Now, this rate by US standard is like less than 1%, 1.2%. So you're talking about we are 100%. There's nothing more than that. You can't beat that. So that.
And for those that don't believe it, let's just say he's 90%. It's still way more than what the average.
Let's just say 50%.
Listen, the people that don't believe it, we have it live on our site. It's there. So it is true. They have to believe it because it's the truth. Now, when it comes to Google, we had an 85% download rate for an application, which is insane. You talk about from every 10 people, 8 people download the application. So that means 10 people saw the ad, 8 people clicked on the ad, downloaded the application. These are insane numbers. And there's secrets for it. We're not going to share it today. But that's things you can expect working with us. Now,
that is one of my favorite all-time subjects because it's about targeting.
Yes.
It's about target market. And I am like always, that's the first thing that I always look at a company is where is their marketing efforts? Where are they pointing those guns at? And how are they getting it there? And you guys have figured out that secret sauce. And that's what I am so happy about.
Most people, they're like, oh, let me be on Instagram. You have to be everywhere. That's the secret.
I totally agree.
You have to be everywhere, every possible avenue, even programmatic, which most people don't even know what it is. And you have to have good content strategy. So the content that you produce, it has to be compelling. So you need to know your target audience.
Yes.
So there's a lot of education and strategy. So we basically, what RewardLion becomes to these companies are their CEO, Chief Operation Officer, their Marketing Director, their Chief Technology Officer. Now, if you just a small business and you need those three people, that's $400,000 a year.
But that's what I'm saying.
And now you need social media. And
no, I get it, but that's part...
The marketing director.
But this is what I'm saying. You're creating true CEOs for small businesses.
So he can focus on his business.
Let's tag that, trademark.
I will. We should. Listen, the 10X program. So AI 10X Masterclass is where I get the students from. And their students, what happened is...
Well, we'll get to the students part. But let's finish with the business side.
All right.
What other things that you want to bring up?
I want to say there are companies like yours, but I know that they're not.
Yeah, I doubt.
But that strategy that you kept shifting, I think is what makes your company different. You're focused on always looking forward, always excelling, always looking out for your customer base. And that's just the basics. What actually makes you so different?
Let me add to that. One of the things I really admire about you is you take constructive criticism and you pay attention. Because we've been working at this for 2 years. And every time you come to me, I'm like, it's good, but it's too confusing. And you're like, okay. You come back, okay, I
what about now?
To the point that now, I drank the Kool-Aid. I know that this is going to work, and this is phenomenal. And this is an opportunity for someone that may be like struggling a little bit, or that they're doing good and they're ready for that next level to get involved. Yeah. And I'm not pitching this. This is my belief system, but that is what I admire about you, that you don't take it as criticism. You're like, let me work on it. And the same way you do that, the reason I tell you this is because I truly believe that how you do one thing is how you do everything. And if this is the type of person you are personally with your own company, this is the love and the passion you put behind other people's companies.
Absolutely.
I can tell you, I know that Mike's, one of his favorite quotes in the whole world is, make it scalable.
Make it scalable. Like I always say, if you didn't build it to scale, you're building it to fail. And it's true, because if you don't have
a meme.
Yeah, a lot of trademarks here. The thing is, because if your business is not in a position to be scalable, you won't be able to grow. And then what's going to happen is you're going to be outrun by your competition, and you just won't survive. You will shut down. So we try to build businesses to be scalable. How are we doing it is by educating the owner. So making him a real CEO. Because a lot of owners, they're good at what they do, but they don't have the elements of being a real CEO. And even big companies, like I'm talking about $1 million revenue a month, we had to go in and show them that all these agencies they have and all these people that they work with, they're not who they think they are, because they're in breaching of compliance. So there's breach of legal compliance, there's FTC rules. So we help them to cover and protect their business so they can scale. And these are the things, that the advantages that they get with us. Now, why do I do it, or where did it come from? It's really from my mentor that I never seen, which is Steve Jobs. It was always for me about the user experience and the scalability. And the way we run it, it's very similar to Apple. So it's your team. So now you have a small startup. So how did Apple really run? So you got the, let's say the camera division. It's a small company. And they grow and they work on the camera. Emoji, that's another. So there's no hierarchy to the organization. Here there's no hierarchy. Every group of 3 work for your company. That's your small startup. And instead having all these people, which if you really want a good marketing director with his team, that's probably 500 to 600,000 a year. Anything less than that is just entrepreneurs, hustlers. But the real structure, that's how much it would cost. If you need a CTO, that's another 250,000. That's without his team. If you need a chief operation officer, that's probably gonna be another 250,000 without his management and operations. And then the legal compliance. Like we have software, we put your company in our software and we scan it for compliance.
Which I wanted to talk about that because there's, a lot of companies out there in the medical field and in the law field and the financial field. So having a compliance officer on your team is very important to these kind of businesses. So what is it that you guys are doing for that?
So what I noticed, the entire industry is walking on thin ice and it's bad. So there is no compliance in a lot of things and they don't know. The thing is that they don't know, and they have US-based companies that are working with them and helping them. But it's like the companies are limited, because they didn't expand. We tried and we tested and we innovate, and we don't have a limit or a ceiling or where we're going to go. So we always advance. While other companies, they're like, they specialize in this. They're comfortable.
Right.
We don't believe in comfort. That's a killer. So we always look at the technology, look at the rules and regulations. We have, partners and power partners and a lot of successful people. And it's a big network of successful, knowledgeable people. And we put all that in one basket and it works and serves the customer.
So what kind of companies are the ones that you think would be the best at being a client of RewardLion?
That would benefit the most.
Yeah, that would benefit the most out of RewardLion.
So the ones that would benefit the most out of RewardLion, it's small to medium businesses. If you're talking about it, like a business that makes 50,000 and up is healthy enough for us to double it and triple their revenue and
But think about it, 50,000
and up, yeah.
That's nothing.
That's nothing. No. But believe it or not, there is a lot of businesses that under that threshold. Now, any business under 50,000.
The reason they're under that threshold because they have not been educated on how to think bigger.
That's true.
And then at the end, when they do think bigger and they look at all these things online and they look at all these experts, they're like 400,000 for this employee, right? So 50,000, basically, to me, that should be someone's wages for the year, not a company.
That's true.
So they can afford it.
Anyone under 50,000, what I advise them is to just follow us, get some courses, sign up for the system, and learn how to first be resourceful, because you could be spending the money in the wrong areas. So be resourceful, and you have to invest in your damn business. There is no free lunch. You don't invest in your business. Your business is, if you compare it to human, it needs food. Money is its food. Resources is food. And if you don't feed your business is going to starve, and you're going to starve with it. And I always tell people you have to plan it. You have a good strategy, but a lot of the business owners, they spend a little bit in your business, it makes some money, and now they want to take. When you take too early from your business, you're killing it. I seen studies, like I took businesses from 15,000 in 3 months to 70,000, and they killed their business and they went down to 30,000, and then they bankrupted. There is rules and strategy for all these. You gotta reinvest. So what happened is, I'll tell you the study for this one. So XYZ startup, but they had some money to invest. We started the business. It was making like 15,000, 3 to 4 months, 75,000. Now, this business was opening 2 days a week, while their competitors were opening 6 days a week. So we advised them, open your damn business, They don't listen. Okay, you need to increase your ad spend, because we reached a level where their return on ad spend was 15 and 10. So you put $1, you make 10. That's pretty good. They didn't. Instead, they decreased it, and they started taking money out of the business. The business crashed, and that's a normal lifespan of any business. Yeah. If you jump with us and we advise you, that advice is serious. And if you don't take it, it's your business. If you're gonna bankrupt, not us. but we telling you the advice. Like for medical doctors, I've been telling everyone you need legit script. The ones that did it are superheroes now, and they're leading the industry. The ones that didn't do it 2.5 years when we told them, now they're working on getting it. So you have to get it anyway, but why would you wait? So
that's the industry. I mean, Bert and I were basically giving away internet access and websites back in the late 90s, and people were like shooing us away. No. Bert knew that industry was coming, and and a lot of people would just throw it out. It's like even email. Like I remember my mom always worked.
What she's talking about is we used to do presentations in most of the bookstores around the country, and we were sponsored by MySpring and Earthlink, and they were the best internet service provider. There were two, one on the west side, East Coast, East Coast, West Coast. So what we did was they provided me with a giveaway that you had full access to the internet, for life.
Wow.
Nobody wanted it.
We couldn't give them away.
Listen, people don't understand. Like, if you have a good professional that knows what they're doing, you have to take their advice seriously. Because when you go against their advice, you're going against your business. Because let's put it this way. What did I create for them? A chief operation officer, a CTO, a marketing director. What kind of idiot doesn't listen to those three people in their company? They don't. So Coca-Cola or whatever company, when they advertise, they're listening to their marketing director. Yep. You know? It's not like they're like, no, we're not. They have to, because that's his job. So when people don't take the advice, they end up being the last people to arrive. Like, for instance, I remember years ago when I used to tell people you need to be on Google business page. Google what? You probably heard it too. Yep. Mm-hmm. You need to be running ads. You need to have a business for Facebook, whatever. What? That's for kids. 70% of your entire revenue comes from those two entities. From running ads on Google.
We get a lot of business for our studios from Google.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we've yet, to implement the things that you're teaching us and then we're applying.
Vice versa.
Without that, I mean, I'm just in shock that we're even on Google.
That's true. And then another thing, people run ads and they look at, like there's some people, they look at, what's it called? The ads, they measure it wrong. They're like, oh, impressions.
Oh, the analytics.
Who cares about impressions? Are you caring about real business? Because I can have less impressions and bring you real business, and I can show you millions of impressions, but they're in China. What are you gonna do with it?
Yeah. There are those computer rooms.
Take account.
I've seen them with like tons of phones.
So you have
goes back to social media. Yeah. Everybody's like, how many followers you have? Does that really
doesn't matter?
Because I'd rather have 5,000 followers and 70 or 80% of those are clients or prospects versus having 1.2 million and no one even, they're just giving you the view.
Well, that's the thing. Some people don't take business seriously. Is it for their ego or is it for their pocket?
They don't understand and they don't trust enough. And usually when you don't understand and you don't trust enough, you're just burning your business. Because you either learn or you trust. You can't do without both. And I notice like a lot of customers come to me, they're startup. So 0 followers, 0 Instagram. And they're like, we need followers. I'm like, it's going to cost you this much. Oh, that's a lot. Why don't we just do fake followers? I'm like, it's going to damage your business.
Yes, it does.
And they're like, no, just do it now. And I'm like, it's going to destroy the marketing efforts. Just do it. And I'm like, listen, I refer them to where to do it from. Just like, do your thing, But guess what? These businesses never succeed.
No, they won't.
Versus another client where they're like, start fresh. And within 2 months, we got them, I think, 20,000 real followers on Instagram and Facebook.
Beautiful.
And their business was booming. Why? Because it's 20,000 local, 5-mile radius followers. Yep. It's your community. So why do I need 1 million followers if my neighborhood only has 50,000? What am I going to do with it? And you're not an influencer. You're a business owner. So you're not, Kim Kardashian. You're trying to... They forget that sometimes.
But everybody tells what's an influencer.
Yeah. Everybody's an influencer. It's the number one thing children want to be nowadays.
Not an astronaut. Yeah. Not a doctor. An influencer.
And influence your community.
Yeah.
So you have a good
Ooh,
product,
I like that
influence
one.
your community. You know, you don't have to be a fake influencer. If you're a lawyer or you're a doctor or you're a mechanic or whatever business, real estate agent, you want to influence your own community. Be a good role model. Teach people that when they come to you, there's integrity, there's real help. You know, it's not about just taking the money. That's another problem businesses do. They look at the customer as a dollar bill, and that's the biggest mistakes they can do. If I look at my customers as a dollar bill, I probably would have canceled 90% of my customers. But I look at my customers as humans. They need help. So it's not about how much can I take from them. It's more about how much can I grow them. And I have customers where their business model, like we brought them over 2,000 customers, but they're not coming back. Why? Because the vibe, it's like, oh, he just didn't, boom. So they have to be, you have to work on your community. If you're a small business owner, if you're not an online business, online business is a different strategy. We're not gonna talk about that. But if you're a local business and you have a radius of where you can offer services, you have to influence your community. You have to be, stand out on all networks. You have to have a content strategy. Now, guess what? If you have all that and you don't have a team behind you, doesn't mean anything. If I have the best ad copy and I don't know how to use it, it's trash. If I have the best media buyer and I don't have good ad copy, it's trash. If I have both and I don't know analytics, I don't know how to track the performance, how to see where the money is flowing, where the customer is coming from, where he's going. It's like burning money. Now, when you have all that,
you have RewardLion.
You have RewardLion. And you have no excuse to scale.
Well, let's talk about what the future looks like for RewardLion real quick.
All right. So the future for RewardLion is going to be very big over the next 5 to 10 years. I believe we're going to be one of the largest market share in the industry. And that industry is an industry we created because there is no company that does what we do. So you can have a really good software, right? But it's so complex, you need to hire a team and go to training, whatever. Like I use Microsoft. Oh my God, it's a maze. So you have to hire Microsoft for millions of dollars to set up your business. Or you have to learn how to do it yourself. That's the only options. Now you have a system, an entire software that is customized to grow your business, track your performance, and you have a team to manage it. So you don't have to learn anything. All you have to do is just be good at the service you offer. You're a doctor, be a better doctor. You're a lawyer, be a better lawyer. You're a mechanic, be an excellent mechanic. Because one thing we can do is make you shine and bring people to you, but it's your job to keep them. How are you gonna keep your customers? Through the system. We can send birthday email. It's endless what you really can do, but not every business needs the full power.
Yes.
So far, I noticed most businesses scale to like 100% in sales within 12 months by using like 30% of our system.
Wow.
Not even the full power.
Before we go, I want to get to the other side of RewardLion.
All right.
And what I'm talking about is how do I become an expert? How do I become not really an employee, but how do I join your team? Like, how do you make these experts?
So if you're an entrepreneur and you want to make a revenue, it doesn't matter where you live, you go to the AI 10X Masterclass and you learn how to use the AI Ads Pro, how to use the RewardLion operating system, and you get coached and trained and prepared to be like an excellent candidate. If you're a marketer, you're going to be a marketer. If you're a developer, you're going to train in the development department. And if you more of a chief operation officer title, like the success manager, you're going to be trained to be a success manager. And then once you graduate, we put you with a team, and then you start making your money. And here's the funny thing.
But does that cost? Like, I have to pay?
What?
Free.
What do you mean free?
We do not charge our students anything. And here's another thing. The customer, when he pays that $1,500 for the team, that money goes to the team. RewardLion does not take it. So we really work on building their operations. So when it comes to opportunities, like, yeah, it's a nonprofit. It's technically a nonprofit when it comes to AI 10X Masterclass. The vision is to help every small business, like you said, become a CEO and grow their business and for everyone that wants to be an entrepreneur, have a career, and work from home, to service these businesses and have financial freedom.
So basically, if you're struggling in your business or in your job and you want a new career path, you can go to this and say, you know what, all I got to do is give up some of my time, because I'm not paying to, at least for today, I'm not paying to become a RewardLion expert. Once you graduate, you automatically have a client that RewardLion will provide for you.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, we solving complex issues in both, when it comes to people that don't know how to make money and they're professional, or they're working in shitty companies. And the other problem is making the owner a CEO, and not just a title, like he really has the branches that he needs, the CTO, the marketing director, the chief operation officer. So he has these branches. And here's another thing. If you're a big company, you can get more than one team. So you're not limited. You want 2 teams? You want 3 teams? You want us to make you a custom team? It's
or you
up
can
to
have a
you.
team for each state.
Team for each state. It's endless, because we have the human resource, and we have the technology, and we have the know-how. And usually any business we walk into, if it's a successful business and it's making revenue, it has a lot of employees, we save them money instantly. Like the minute they sign up, they already saved for that year probably like 10% of whatever they were paying, 20%. Because once you utilize the technology and once you place the team, you realize there's a lot of people you have that you're paying for nothing. So for instance, if you have customer service,
The people that are just clocking in to show up, like I said.
But back to the people that are being trained to become experts, how long do they have to go through the course?
So we give them usually 3 months to get really trained and then hired, but some do it within 3 months, some take a little bit longer. As long as we don't feel like they're there, we won't put them with someone.
Right, they have to be certified. They have to get to.
They get certified, but even after they get certified, we test them, So they get certified, they get trained, they get certified. Now, once they have all the certificates, because there's like 6 different certificates, then we put them through business. But let's say you get the first certificate for like the operating system. You get the certificate, and then we give you a few tasks. Boom, boom. You finished them? Okay, so now let's move on to the next one. And once they're ready, we put them in pockets of 3, and then they go.
That is great.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for taking your time, flying all the way over here.
Thank you.
Whether it's Boca or out of the country, Mike is always on the move.
Thank you.
But we thank you so much for coming into our lives, coming into our business.
Yes.
And we are so much looking forward to still teaming up with RewardLion and see what the future holds for us, especially 2025. We're very excited.
But keep an eye out for the RewardLion podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Because the next one you're going to see is going to be Mike interviewing other people, other businesses, and probably I'll be sitting next to Mike. I'll be that guy on the right. But really excited about teaming up and making this happen.
Thank you so much, Alexa. Thank you so much, Bert. You guys been an amazing influence in my life, and I think we have a very bright future.
No, I don't think.
I know.
There we go.